What is going on, everybody? I hope you're all well, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XVI. Let's get through some of these side quests. Now, based on my backlog of episodes, I imagine that by the time this gets around to coming out, it'll probably be Christmas, just before Christmas, or after Christmas. So, happy holidays, everybody. I hope you had or have a very good Christmas. Get to spend time with your loved ones, eat some good food. I know the food is always a highlight for me. All the pies and the dinners, the chicken, the turkey. That's the love of my life right there. Quality time is important, so I hope you all had a happy holidays. I'm like 20, 30 episodes ahead, so by the time this gets out, I probably will be around there.
Home now.
Encroaching on that new year. Actually making some decent headway with the channel too. I'm over 200 videos on the channel now, as well as up to 45 subscribers, so that's cool. I'm glad some people are enjoying the things that I'm doing, because I do love doing this. Games are my passion, and I do like to yap, so I'm glad you at least appreciate either the gameplay or the commentary or a mix.
I hope I didn't keep you waiting. Did you arrange to speak with the consortium?
Here they are now.
Let's see how this goes.
You wish to consult with me?
I did. It's about the bearers you recently purchased from the Fist. We had all but finished making arrangements to buy
I mean,
them
if this
ourselves,
goes wrong, I'm happy to
and
kill
then
them
you
all.
stepped into the fray.
They trade in flesh.
You misunderstand. The consortium had an interest in purchasing them from the very first. It was only our regard for you that kept us from bidding. But your hesitancy in accepting our offer to you suggested that the regard was not neutral.
Slave traders are
So
about
you
at the top of our shit list, so...
I did not hesitate. I am simply not inclined to make such decisions without first giving them due consideration. But what is done is done. Come then. How much do you want for them?
Alas, you are too late yet again. We rarely take on such unconventional merchandise without a purchaser in mind. The bearers belong to him now.
Who is your buyer?
A trader from across the water. A most demanding fellow, if it's any consolation. He insisted the bearers be fed, dressed, even given their own bunks for the voyage over.
You're shipping them to Ash.
What you get when you deal with continental types.
I wouldn't know.
Oh yes, the culture on the continent is quite different to ours. They pay good money for bearers not fit for the knacker's yard, and treat them like kings. But as long as they pay...
That does sound unusual. No matter then. If they've already left our shores, there's little that can be done. Allow me to withdraw my interest. And with it, my interest in joining your organization.
My associates will be sorry to hear that.
Womp womp. Disappointed they didn't try and draw swords. Would have been happy to put them to mine.
I'm sorry you weren't able to save them.
As am I. But I only have myself to blame. He was right, you see. The Silver Peak Consortium did intend to buy those bearers before I did. Their representative hinted at a possible purchase when he came to recruit me. I feigned interest in joining them in the hope he might be encouraged to tell me more. And he did just that. As soon as he left, I sent my own offer to Randalar.
So you never...
No. I entertained the Consortium's proposal solely so I could learn more about those bearers. But I was a fool to think they wouldn't find out. I knew exactly who I was dealing with.
You tried.
I did. And if what he said was true, the bearers are to be well treated.
If they're heading to Ash, I
Some,
wouldn't
at
hold
least.
my breath about that.
They deserved more. I wanted so badly to see them freed.
The King of Waloed thinks everybody should be a Kashuk, so...
Word from Cashlock. The village is under attack. A pack of beasts have come down from the mountains, and there's a dragon at its head. Theo and the others are trying to hold them off as best they can, but the odds are against them. They need help, and fast.
Sign us up.
I'll go on ahead.
Thank you, Clive. I'll gather some men and join you there. Just... make sure he's safe.
Let's get to work.
Hold on, Theo. I'm coming.
I don't remember. Is there like a little Fast travel for us to zip on over to. Laney's Cleft would be way closer. We just need to book this right turn and then follow it around. We'll fast travel it. Won't feel like running that whole way. Hop on Ambrosia.
Come on.
For as much as the brother is meddling a lot, I don't wish him to die. He's annoying, but I suppose he's fighting a good cause. Trying to give the bears a home. It's more than a lot of other people on this side of the continent do for him. I am surprised to some degree that in the Kingdom of Ash, they treat... I don't even know if it is Ash. It might just be from somewhere else on the continent, because she didn't say Ash, so it's probably not there. But wherever they're going, I am surprised that they treat them so good, when the rest of the world treats them like screws and hammers. I've expected this to be a consortium attack. It seemed very shady.
Where's Theodore?
Upriver!
He led the dragon that way to keep it from the village, but the whole area's flooded with ether.
We just have to pray he makes it out in one piece.
I can do better than that. Torgal, with me.
Indeed. Let's go get this done. More than willing to fight a dragon. And we finally get the rest of this little map cleared out, so perfect and perfect. We get to test out diamond dust on a bigger opponent too. Use any of my cooldown on scorpions. Approaching a level up too. We'll probably get that by the end of this episode with all the side quests we have to do.
Where are you, Theo?
Him being in an ether flood isn't good. And quite easily turn into Akashic Theo very quickly. Can't lock onto that distance. This distance we get. Torgal just progressively gets cooler. He's such a badass. I am going to be upset if something happens to the best boy.
Damn it. The ether's too thick. These creatures have already turned.
Good stuff. That's crazy. I knew that was coming too. I tried to hit him with the combo. Too late on it. Alright, dragon, where you at?
I need to find Theodore before that dragon does. Looks like it's found me.
He is a big boy.
This thing's turned as well. This isn't going to be easy.
Man, the stagger damage is crazy. That's insane. Pay attention to that. Too busy swooning over the stagger damage. Gold there. Timer's all messed up on these.
Nice try.
Much better. Wrong subclass. Alright, let's focus up, Slacker. Messing up too much. Speaking of messing up too much. Much better. There we go. Don't mind me, like, point proving it. There we go, we're over 30k. Alright, let's see it. Way off with my timing.
Nice try.
Man, what is wrong with me tonight? Yeah, let's hit him with this. Let's get him staggered. It's so crazy. Diamond dust is insane. Shit is carrying me. Not reacting to the things I need to be reacting to. But regardless, let's cook him. Alright, show me the fireballs. Let's try and dodge these. My timing is all messed up today. It doesn't matter, he's dead, so. Talk about out of practice. It's a fun fight though. I think I used all my high potions on one dragon, random like world boss. Yikes.
Clive? Theo, you had me worried for... We have to get you out of here.
I think it might be a little late for that.
I think it might be a little too late for that.
Jinx.
Bearer or no, there's only so much ether a man can take, and that Drake just wouldn't let me leave. You have my thanks, Sid, for finishing what I could not. For keeping Elle's dream. Theodore!
Do not walk inside the ether flood.
And so will you! Elle. Theodore. Take care of my sister.
You're gonna throw yourself on the sword.
Wait. Goodbye, Elle.
At least he died with dignity as himself, instead of being a mindless zombie like the rest. There's only ever going to be one way that ended. Whether he did it or I did it, he saved the village. It's a legacy.
Thank you, Clive. I think I'll be all right now.
That was true bravery he showed. Leading the dragon away from the village like that. His first instinct was always to protect people. To put others' well-being before his own.
And now he's gone. Because I sent him to that place, against his will.
It wasn't against his will. He was ready to do whatever it took to show you he could stand on his own. So that you would finally be free to live your own life.
To live my own life. He never could come to terms with the choice I made.
What exactly happened? You once told me Theo was the first bearer you ever helped.
We grew up in Canva. We were born to one of the great trading houses. And I was chosen to inherit the family business. I had my father's head for figures, you see. Theo did not. While I studied the art of commerce, he played at soldiers instead. A late bloomer, in more ways than one. For unlike most bearers, it wasn't until his 15th summer that his powers awakened. My parents tried to drive him out of the house and into the care of the constables. But before they could, I took him into mine.
Theo told me something else. He clearly admired your devotion to the cause of freeing others like him from slavery. But he said you deserved a better life than this. He wanted to free you from what he called your bonds, just as you freed him from his.
I would be lying if I said I had not wondered from time to time how much easier my life might have been if I had allowed Theo to be taken and devoted myself to the family business instead.
The kind of thought process is more common than you'd
I haven't
think.
ever regretted the decision I made. Being with my brother meant more to me than tradition or reputation. I only had to look at him to remind myself of that night and the choice I made and the fact that I would make the same choice again in a heartbeat. He was never a burden. How could he even think that? If anything, I was the one who weighed him down.
You weren't, Eloise. He said it himself, that he had always been grateful to you for saving him, and that he wanted to repay you by letting you live the life you were denied. Neither you nor Theo weighed each other down. You loved one another. You did whatever was necessary to continue living your lives together, and you always would have.
You're right. All I ever wanted, all I ever did, it was so we could be together. Oh, Theo, why did you have to...
You went for a good cause. Without him, that bear village would be
Theo
smoked.
wanted me to move on.
This whole thing would have been for
But I'm
nothing.
staying here at the Crimson Caravans to continue our work. We can make a difference here. We can help people. Save them. I need nothing more from life than that. So I'll carry
It's
on
good that
doing
you
what we
found your
do,
purpose.
ensuring that goods, people, bearers get where they need to be. Bringing smiles to people's faces, just like we always have. And to Theo's, wherever he is. This is the life I have chosen. The life I will always choose.
I've made a choice of my own, to continue helping you however I can, whenever you need it.
Thank you, Clive. Let's go on together then. For Theodore.
Well, it kind of makes me feel like an asshole, considering I spent most of last episode talking shit about him, and he threw himself on the sword twice. But, still, he's good enough. He'll be remembered. I'm sure the bearers of that village will remember him for as long as they live, and pass down tales of him to the future generations of their families. And in the end, what are we all but stories anyway, right? It's the memories people keep of you that keeps you alive, even when you're not. And I used all of my potions fighting that random herd dragon.
You've a discernment.
Now that we are restocked, we can head on to the next location. Now, every time I see that crater in Boklad, right here, I can't help but see that as something to do with Odin. After I watched him split the ocean, which I don't know where it was. I mean, we wouldn't see it anyway because it filled up, but I imagine it was around here somewhere. That seems like the same kind of magic or power that did this. So I guess it was dominance that made the previous empire collapse. Maybe that was even something to do with Ultima too. Maybe this is not the first time he's been at this kind of stuff. So I suppose now we'll swing on down to Tabor. I know we have Fallen to kill along the way. We also need to go help Blackthorn's village at some point. Where are we going? Have this and the Crusher Echoes, which I think would be easier to get to from there. This one is easy enough because we could just fast travel right through the place. Spawn into the midst of an Akashic Horde, likely.
So Dravost is still standing. For now, at least.
They don't seem to be doing too bad. Why are we glowing?
I never thought I'd have to.
Why are we on fire?
Clive! You're here!
And the Akashic?
Mostly off to the north still. But I spoke to Doris's scouts and it turns out things are worse than I thought. There's swarms of them out there. Told old Snotty to be ready to seal the north gate. That should buy us some time if we need it. Enough for the villagers to barricade themselves inside their homes, at least.
Well done.
Welcome back, Sid. I'd never have guessed, you know. Not if August hadn't let slip. Who'd have thought that the savior of Dravost would turn out to be the realm's most infamous outlaw? Keen to help us out again?
I am.
Thought you could sneak off without me, did you?
Of course.
Blackthorn.
Ever the stubborn shit.
Oh, what are you doing here?
One of the scouts couldn't keep his voice down. Unlike my best mate who didn't think I deserved to know. Zoldan, how long's it been? Long enough for us two to turn into a pair of old codgers, I see.
That your idea of an apology? Prick.
Don't listen to him. You only did what you thought was best. For the village and that.
I did,
It's like watching my own people communicate.
but that ain't the whole of it. Vulcan, our master, didn't leave the chiefdom to the two of us. He left it to me. The best blacksmith in Dravost, barring himself, of course. Bloody stupid tradition, in my opinion. If someone's got talent, you should let them practice their craft, not ask them to settle petty feuds and barter for grain. Our master wasted half his life that way. I wasn't about to let that happen to me.
So you wasted half of mine instead.
You're what Dravost needed.
So neither of you wanted to be leader, and you're mad at each other for making the other be the boss.
I may be a selfish prick, but I only did what I felt I had to.
What you had to do was your duty!
Even if it meant we all starved?
Enough. This is no time for bickering. You can finish beating each other up once Dravost is safe.
Fine. I've said my piece anyway.
Yeah, so have I.
Well, good, I'm happy for you.
I shouldn't have stuck my nose in. We're short enough on time as it is. Still, give us a mo, would you? I need to get my head straight before any of them Akashic try to bite it off.
Well, I know I'm ready for war.
You, ready for the off then?
Absolutely.
We can't afford to waste any more time.
Right you are. Might be worth having one last word with the scouts, though. Don't want any nasty surprises, do we? Oh, and Blackthorn, you and Zoltan might be better off staying inside the...
Akashic on the move.
How close are they?
Within sight of the walls, and there are more coming up from the mines.
What was I saying about nasty surprises?
They'll wash right over us if we stay out in the open. We're pulling back behind the gates.
Good idea. Get yourselves inside, but keep your weapons handy.
Understood.
I'm prepared to fight if I have to.
Well, let's hope you don't. That's our job. Once the scouts are inside, order your men to barricade the gates. No heroic last stands, you hear me? No fighting at all if you can help it.
August's right. I've seen what Akashic beasts can do to armor. The people here are tough and willing, but they ain't equipped to face what's coming.
I'm going out there. Start work on the gate as soon as I've left. I'll give you as much time as I can.
And if they kill you?
You evacuate. But it won't come to that. I promise.
You'd better be right.
You know what would be fun? Is just once, especially now that we know we don't suffer the crystal curse by summoning a free.
Give those things what for.
If we just turned into a free and stomped down the whole army of Akashic like they were little pissants, that'd be very fun. Like, I'm just imagining him sweeping his hands through waves and waves of dead, kind of like the Long Night in Game of Thrones. Oh. Well, you need to go first.
Right. Which one of you's first?
The bull that's gonna smash through the gates like it's a piece of shit. thing. There we go. You see for me, big guy. Next. Get it.
Is that it? Apparently not.
The Hydra. Well, I know you. I forget what you were called, but I know you. You're in Dragon's Dogma, Chimera. That's what it is. See how you like this.
Awakened winds!
Enjoy. I don't know, whatever you were about to cast, but it's not gonna get off. Did that miss because he's in the sky? It did. That's frustrating. Thought it would have gone high enough to deal with that.
Let's try.
I gotta space back a little for that one. Now you're on the floor. There we go. That was a fun fight. Chimeras are fun. Gonna level up too? It is. Let's go. Got 42. It is. Beautiful. Sharp Fang. I was hoping he would have some crafting mats for us at least. First time we've seen that creature.
Now, the question is, did I miss any?
Well, they said coming up from the mines, right?
Man alive! You're still in one piece!
I slew as many as I could.
As many as I could, he says. The old bleeding lot, more like it. Well, almost.
Only almost.
Yeah, one or two did try to sneak over the wall. But we got the bastards, don't you worry.
Happy endings are happy endings.
So you do know, more will come in time.
In time, yeah. But we can think about them later. Let's get you back inside.
You got another gift for me. I'll gladly take it.
You're even more fearsome than your reputation. Enough to give those Akashic monsters nightmares. I almost felt sorry for the wretched things. But mostly, I felt grateful. Dravoged won't forget what you did today.
I'm afraid I've only delayed the inevitable. There's no getting rid of that ether flood. Meaning that any living thing which stumbles into those mines will end up clawing at your walls again.
And that's if the flood don't spread. If it does, well, I hate to say it, but the village's days are numbered.
That may be, but we're staying just the same. With ether floods springing up all over, it's no less safe than anywhere, and more importantly, it's our home. We'll fortify the gates to the north, and I'll see that they're guarded day and night.
All right. Then we'll give you a hand shoring up those defenses.
As for you, Blackthorn, that's twice you've turned up when Dravoged needed you. So, thanks.
I shouldn't have stayed away so long. And I shouldn't have left without talking it over with you first.
Too bloody right you shouldn't. Though I doubt I'd have listened. I always envied you. How you made everything look so easy when, for me, it was anything but. You leaving gave me the perfect excuse to hate you. And from that day on, I never once stopped to wonder what it would have been like if you'd stayed. But what you said earlier, it was true. You'd have been the death of this place.
Finally, something we can agree on. I hope you see the sense of it eventually. You kept this place alive.
Alive, perhaps. Wealthy even, but Dravoged isn't what it once was. Our work used to be the pride of Dalmekia. Now, we churn out the same rubbish day after day because it's easy and turns a profit. It's not about the craft anymore. I wouldn't send my sons to war wearing the shit most of our smiths are making. I've kept working, honing my skills, trying to lead by example, but no one sees the point. The average castle apprentice has as much passion for the craft as our current lot. Come back to us, Blackthorn. Remind Dravoged what a true master blacksmith looks like. I'll even man those bellows of yours if it means we can work at the same forge again.
That's a kind offer. Kinder than I deserve. And I wish I could accept, but I'm needed elsewhere. There's people who trust their lives to my steel, and I daren't let them down.
If Fair enough.
Settled.
But that doesn't mean I couldn't visit from time to time. Let's see if we can't rekindle this town's passion for the craft, shall we?
I'd like that.
Just be sure to tell Snotty
Ultima's not on our doorstep.
next time I come calling, yeah?
There isn't ether floods everywhere in the land. Maybe you can come back here.
He'd let you in anyway.
Pass on your skill down the line.
Blackthorn. The Master Smith turned outlaw. Back in my good graces. I never thought I'd see the day.
Like a close to Blackthorn's.
I'd say that went pretty well, wouldn't you?
I think you should be in a pretty good place after this.
Sid, I've got something for you.
What is that? Cracked anvil. What are you gonna do?
And this is?
A token of our lasting gratitude. But I'm of a mind to make you a far grander gift.
Please do.
Designs for a certain sword have been passed down from chief to chief for generations.
Now hold on, Zoltan. There's a reason no one's made that blade in centuries. There's not been a craftsman equal to the task. Your cinders make impressive steel, and I've learned to own an edge Odin will be proud of. But the engravings on that thing are enough to make a jeweler cry. And they're not just for show, either.
Have you forgotten what brought you back to Dravozd in the first place? A certain ring? I knew I'd never surpass you with the hammer and tongs. So I turned my hand to a different kind of metalwork. Between the two of us, I'd say we're the equal of any master craftsman ever to have graced a forge.
You know what? I think you might be right.
Then it's settled. We're getting a big old mastercrafted sword.
You wouldn't mind if Zoltan came back to the Hideaway, would you?
Of course not.
He's more than welcome. As long as he can keep our secret.
It's better than one master craftsman. Two.
Zoltan, get your tools. We've got a legend to forge.
Yes, please. Take me back. I want whatever you guys are cooking up for me. In fact, I need it.
Ah, the man himself.
We were just about to make a start on that sword I promised you.
It's funny, but none of this would have been possible without your help.
Well, go ahead, get the hammering.
You remember Camille? We'll be using his leather work for the grip. The steel, meanwhile, will be tempered in a fire, burning the cinders you charmed out of old Zoltan here. And that whetstone from the Outer Isles, that'll be what gives the blade its edge. And the final flourish will be my talented colleagues' engraving.
A team effort led by the greatest blacksmith alive.
Now, save that talk till the thing's finished, yeah? Right. I'm ready if you are.
To the bellows it is, then.
That's cool.
Well, bugger me. We actually did it.
Mm-hmm.
The sword to end all swords. Ragnarok.
That's the name of the blade.
Quite something.
That's very cool.
I trust you'll take good care of it.
I'll make sure to stick it in all the right people.
Both of you.
So, does this make you pair the greatest craftsmen alive, then?
This? Nah. This was just following the footsteps of the greats of old. It'll take more than that to earn us our place in history. But we're
let me
up
grab
for the
that.
challenge. Here.
A list of materials.
Zoltan and I got talking on the long road back from Dravozd.
We reckon with those items there, we could craft something even better than the Ragnarok. Something worthy of a legendary outlaw like yourself.
That's a weapon I'd like to see. You leave this list with me.
I can't wait to see what goodies we need to get out of that.
One legend at a time, eh, lads? Before you start on the next, who fancies raising a cup to friendship reforged?
Good idea. No more drinking to forget my past. It's about time I had something to celebrate.
Then tap the kegs! Vulcan's boys are on their way!
It's nice to see them being chipper again. Now give me my sword. Ragnarok. 325. Diagram detailing the steps to forge a sword that might slay a god. You already know I'm gonna be hopping on that. Now, hop on over here. Ragnarok is better. Significantly. Alright, Blackthorn. You just hop it right into the next quest, or?
I never thought me and Zoltan would ever speak again, let alone work together. And if it hadn't been for you, we wouldn't. You've been a good friend to me, Clive. The best. What's that for you, dear?
I guess soft on me now. What do we need for you? Orichalcum, which we're at 1 out of 3. Primitive Battlehorn, which we're at 0 out of 1. And Dark Steel. We're at 0 out of 2 for that. Wait, what kind of stats did you have on you? 375. And what do we need for Ouroboros? We need Orichalcum for these. Where would I get an abundance of our Orichalcum from? Because I need 2 and then the 3 for the side. I need 5 Orichalcum in general. That is a steep cost. But very worth it when we get beautiful things like this on our character. I can only imagine how the one better than this looks. It is a pretty sword, as they always are.
The stew.
Right. Now, in terms of what we have left, we still got a significant chunk of quests left, so I am likely going to split this one again. So this will probably... Yeah, I'll wrap it up here. Why not? We can start next episode in the main hub where we can get cooking again. Alright everybody, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe, leave a like and a comment. If you want to support the cause and help improve the channel, as always, there's a tip link in the description below. Otherwise, stay tuned and I'll see you soon with more Final Fantasy. Happy holidays everybody, take care, have a great day.